Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got this great big feeling. Everything's going my way. Yeah. Holy mackerel. I thought I'd seen the last of this ladder on the project. How come I've got this out? Well, I'm getting ready to put this flashing over the stucco there. It's going to go over the edge. You can see where I took it off before. And I want to get down there and scrape a little bit of the edge of the stucco over there, and at the bottom see if there's any little bits that will hold it up from preventing it to go flat. And I'm going to look at that a little bit, and I may throw a little bit of caulking in there before I put it down. So, you know, I don't need that ladder for very long. But I thought I might as well go above and beyond and make sure everything is fine. Then after that, I've got that flashing to put up. I've got these pieces of flashing to put up too. And what am I going to do after that? Kaboom. Finally, Henry's Durabrite white elastomeric roof coating. And what number is this? This is 587, and they have other types of coatings, but this was the one I decided on. And I have some webbing tape here. This is actually sheetrock webbing tape, but I think I might end up using that a little bit down on the inside corners, you know, down in here. And I might just put that down first as a buffer, and then I'm going to use this stuff here, Henry's elastomeric elasto tape repair fabric, 4 feet by 150 feet. Good grief, am I going to need that much? No, probably not. But that stuff, I've never used this before. Usually at the store when I go, I've seen this yellow tape, this yellow webbing tape like this. This is sticky on one side. It's pretty old. I've had it for quite a while, and I think I'm going to use that just for the backing. But they used to have some tape like this, 4 or 6 inches wide, and it wasn't sticky on one side. You put that down, you put some black mastic down first, then you put this webbing cloth on it, and then you put some more black mastic. Well, this stuff is white. All this stuff is white, and so I looked at the store, and I'd never seen this stuff before, and it's just very thin. See, you can see through it, but you can't. I'm trying to rip it. Oh, there it goes. I didn't think I could rip it, but you can rip it. You know, it's kind of hard to do. You don't really need to rip it for anything, but it's see-through like that, so you put a little bit of that roof coating down first, and then you put this in there, and then you put some more roof coating over it. Okay, and then that bonds it better, especially where you go over flashings and stuff. And I'll use this after I put my flashing down. I'll put a layer of this over that flashing. Okay, and I'm going to use this for the inside corner stuff too. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to fold it in half. You know, crease it probably, and then it's going to go alongside the wall. You know, once I cut it, I'll take it like that, and then I'll put the coating down on there. I'll put this on there and kind of flatten it out with my hands, maybe a putty knife, whatever. Okay, but I didn't think this would, you know, it's not very thick. And I thought, well, since I have this webbing tape, should I take this? I could take this and kind of fold that. And granted, it only gives me about an inch top and bottom once I fold it. But I thought that might give it a little bit of extra strength. Put this down first. You know, it's got self-adhesive on there. I could stick that down and then put the roof coating over that, and then it mashes through this, and then it bonds, and then I can put a little bit more roof coating material on and then put this over it. Okay, so that's what I'm planning on doing. They also had this Henry flashing and construction sealant, and this was close by this and the Durabrite, the Henry's Durabrite, and I thought, well, maybe I'll use this caulking up underneath the stucco molding way up on the inside edge. But then I thought, you know what? When I talked to the guy at the hardware store, he recommended this stuff here, the Extreme Stretch, and it's from DAP. It seals joints up to 3 inches. This was like $6. This was over $10. I don't think I'm going to use this. This was gray. This also gives a lifetime warranty. It's flexible, asphalt compatible and paintable, indoor and outdoor use, flashing and construction sealant. I don't necessarily have flashing per se, but you know, I didn't think I would use it. This one's gray. They have different colors. They got all kinds of stuff at the store. I don't think I'm going to use that. I think this is just as good. And it's just going to be used for up underneath. I've got 2 tubes of that, and I've got to put it way up underneath this edge. You know, because when the water comes down, I don't want it, sometimes it doesn't drip straight off. Sometimes it runs back. And because I've redone all of this stuff, it has to be sealed up underneath and around on the edges, you know, kind of like over there and down in there and over there, you know, down on that corner there. There's some more way up in there and up underneath. So I've got to use it in a few different places, and I'm sure I feel really comfortable knowing that stretch, that extreme stretch, is going to work really good. And how am I going to put this stuff on? Well, you see the guy, he's got a big fat roller there, and it's designed to be put over existing rooftop decks. And you know, with whatever materials on there already, they just coat it right over. So I'm looking at this as an actual rooftop deck. That's how I'm looking at this. Okay, so when I seal it, this is the membrane stuff that was down before, and I'm just going to fold that up, and I'm going to go from here this way. And then when I do the tape, I'll do the tape as far as I can. In fact, I can basically do all the tape all the way through there. And then when I'm all the way done, I'll flop that back over like that, and I could probably leave it, or I could put some more webbing stuff over that even if I want, just from here to there. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this edge. I think I'm just going to leave it set right down on here. I don't think I have to put any webbing tape or the cloth there and then go over that, but I might be able to. Actually I don't think I want to do that, because here's the reason. If I seal that, then the water that could come from underneath these concrete pavers, you know, when it rains, as the water comes out, it's not going to be able to keep coming out through this floor. Actually, I take that back. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm incorrect. Because the water is going to be on top of here. Okay? This membrane is like that throughout this whole thing on the floor. They didn't do the floor like how I'm going to do the floor. Okay? So when the water comes down, it hits this, it's going to come, and it's going to go over the top of that. Okay? So I could just leave that like that because everything's going downhill. I don't have to really worry about that. I could seal it, but I don't really think it's warranted. At least I've got 2 coats of my primer down. I'm glad I put that down because that's protecting this OSB plywood. The OSB plywood kind of looks like this here. This was the half-inch that I used on walls and inside the column and stuff. But the 3/4 inch flooring is pretty much the same stuff. And when this stuff gets wet, it just expands like a sponge. And then it starts getting fatter and it just bulges. And so at least I'm not going to have that issue with this. I'm glad I went around the other day, yesterday. If you will remember, I didn't have any primer up underneath any of these columns or anything. And I went ahead and did all of those, and I thought, oh, I'll just do 2 coats of those. And I'm glad I did that because that's kind of protecting it from this water. And I might just leave the cardboard down here for a little bit, see if it's going to stop raining. I don't know. I just don't know. This is unsettling that I can't get this completed today. But hey, it is what it is.